I tried the Alex Hormozi productivity system and changing my life. So simply, a few days ago, Alex Hormozi launched his video explaining his productivity system, where he basically works in blocks, where he not anymore blocks, but he started with the block maker, and then he was into a manager block. Now he's splitting the days. He have 4 days of block making, and one was manager. You can watch his video, so where he explains the process in depth. I will just explain how I feel after trying it for a couple of days already, but because I'm a productivity maniac, I always look for improvements in this area. Here's my thoughts. So now I'm in the blog. This is Sunday. I'm recording this on the Sunday. It's 1 p.m. and it's my first blog of Maker, where I focus on deep work, and for Sunday it is working on my personal brand, on other things for the company I work. And what's so great, I found that if we split the day into large chunks and we stack tasks in these blocks, we working in sprint, and it's feel in our nature, because our ancestors used to be working more in sprints, because they was hunting the food, they was running, get the food, they was resting. So it was intense time of period and intense time of resting. So this is basically what this routine giving you is more working with your nature. And what's amazing, that if you start this block, because the most hardest part for me, I think for everyone, is to just start. But when you start, this 4 hours block work done, it's not that hard, and because the start is just the hardest. So when I was splitting tasks into small chunks, I had to restart myself 10 times. Every time I would start, because I was doing this Pomodoro technique, breaks every 45 minutes, and it was terrible. I was struggling to getting things done and putting hours, because now I measure my hours with Toggle for time measurement, because I believe data is the king. And if you don't have strong data supporting that you are working hard, that you putting hours, then you don't know. I used to think, I'm working 12 hours a day, but in reality I was working under 8. So yeah, it's funny when you getting real data. To be honest, I still trying to get a lot of hours, but when I get 10 hours a day, it's really rarely. But with this system, it's way easier, because you're doing 4 hours on the morning before days barely start, and you already 4 hours of deep work. You push things ahead. Then I go to a manager block. It depends. If this weekend I do 8 hours of deep work, and getting 8 hours of pure work, it's way easier. Then you can, in perfect scenario, I would like to have 3 blocks, and with 12 hours a day. For now, at least, I need get a lot of done. But I think I can get 4 hours, and then 2 hours block. 2 hours block could be consumption. Let's see, reading, listening to podcasts, or whatever. That would be nice if you could 10 hours a day, really nice productive hours. Because now when I started to measuring time, I really pushing things forward. I feel progress I never felt, and I'm maybe in this routine for last 2 months. So, and it's so incredible what I'm achieving for last 2 months. It's way more than I did for last year. So it's crazy. Remember, guys, data is the king. If you don't have data, you can make optimal decisions, you can measure things, and if you can measure it, you can improve it. So if you struggle with getting things done, I recommend trying this type of work. Plan your day in your chunks. Also, it depends what you're doing, right? Because if you working in the factory, then can't really help you with that. But if you're knowledge worker, you work in the office, you're maybe programmer. So if you're let's say programmer or manager, then when you are manager, you can plan the maker block on the bottom, and later you can plan manager time. So where you taking all of the meetings, everything that is super distracting, but on the morning you push documents that you have to create and other things manuals. You're pushing this forward. As programmer, you can be let's say 6 hours of deep work maker block. Then you stacking meetings in last 2 hours, because as programmer you shouldn't take much meetings, because your work is basically making a code. This is what I didn't understand as manager very well. Now I understand that you can't just interrupt programmers like this. Don't message them every hour, like asking simple thing, because this one question on Slack can ruin their focus. It's like takes like 25 minutes to recover when you lose the focus. So it's crazy how much time it will be wasted. So I can recommend this routine to everyone. Definitely life changing, and I'm gonna like test it more, stay with it, because for now I tested a lot of things and I tested a bunch of apps to track my task, and nothing really works. I wasn't really productive. Yeah, I just found that 4 hours on the fasting is really pushing things forward, because after breakfast I just get like sluggish. I take a walk, so I take it slower, a little bit kind of siesta. Maybe that's why I integrated it. After that I'm coming, I'm refreshed. I'm taking another 4 hours block, and I have like 8 hours solid work for a day. After like 2 hours of like reading, podcasts, or other type of learning, maybe some courses. And after that, if there's a gym day, I'm taking a gym. So it's like 11 nice productive hours per day. The time is not wasted, and we're pushing things forward. So simply, that's my experience with Alex Hormozi productivity system. Very simple, pretty straightforward. You can use whatever app you would like. It can be calendar. I'm trying now to use app called Akiflow, because I like the idea that you can like plan a block in it, and you can put subtasks in it, and it's like looks very aesthetic and very like clear, because you can add estimations of hours, etc. And what's also nice is like gathering tasks from other apps like Jira, Todoist, and other things. So I recommend trying this app if you like struggling to find the app for you, because I tried Notion calendar, I tried Jira, Todoist, Things 3, and I swear I tried everything. Maybe I will stay with it, maybe not, but what I will stay with it is for sure like large chunks of blocks and planning tasks within those chunks, because that would be definitely the best system. So that's all from me for today. If you like it, please leave a subscribe and leave a like. See you next time. Bye.